112 yards. It's been interesting. So I'm hitting my longer irons a fraction longer than I was. But then I've changed my wedge, and I've been on the course like you see here. I was hitting my previous wedge 93 yards, like 58.
Yeah.
Which I feel is pretty good. But I've been out on the course and I've been feeling that I can't quite get it there. And like this new wedge, which is over there somewhere, is over there somewhere, is that it's got a slightly thinner sole. So I was like thinking, oh, is it like my contact? But like, I've just gone on there and I'm hitting it 85 yards. And that's a massive difference with a wedge. And I need to look into that. And is it the way I'm delivering the club? Do you mean But it kind of correlates quite well. For the time being, I've got a few events the next couple of weeks. Do you mean I'll just use that yardage? But yeah, there's no surprise that I've been out on the course feeling like I can't get my wedge to the hog because I'm just not hitting it that distance. So again, like 4 irons going 112 on the fly, and I was 205 last year. But I've extended my clubs, and I have been in the gym and stuff, so I am a bit stronger.
You take this on the course all the time?
Yes. Yeah, I use that one. It's sort of my benchmark. And even like when it's windy, I'll still use it as sort of a try and factor in the wind a bit. And you can kind of rule things out, so you might be confused, but you go, well, if in the still I hit it this far with that wind, there's no way I can hit my 5, so I'm going to have to hit my 4, and it can be stuff like that. Yeah, and even with like the driver, you know, I'd like to know how far it carries, so I know like dog legs, or I know if I'm going to run through fairways and stuff like that. It's really interesting when you look at like a tour caddy. I mean, they don't use the middle of the fairway, so they're not giving the players the middle of the fairway off the tee. They actually give like the far side, because they hate rolling through, hitting good drives and rolling through the fairway. So it can be quite a good stat to have, and a lot of people don't know how far they hit their driver, especially on the carry.
How often do you do this? Or how often do you
I don't do it enough. Like the yardages I have been using were even before I extended my clubs, and they're not far off. I mean, I'm only finding like slight changes. A few are like my 9 iron, 142 yards is now 144. So that's probably not the shaft. As in the extender, that's just different day. But yeah, no, it's I should do it more often. Tour players use it. Obviously, they play in different like continents and stuff, so they'll do theirs a lot. They'll do it like on the practice day, because like when they play Switzerland, it's up at altitude, so the ball goes like, I think it's like 10% further, but they won't guess that. They'll just do their yardages again.
Makes you wonder how they used to do it in the olden days.
Yeah, it's you can argue both ways. I mean, you can say you get a bit too complicated, but I would say it can get you to a better decision. You can make a decision with a bit more clarity. You would certainly find some old guys. I bet you'd find some on the seniors tour that would argue that I just do it on feel a little bit more. But like with lasers now, I mean, it just makes sense. I can remember like playing junior golf without a laser. It didn't matter if you knew your exact yardages, because you couldn't even work out the exact yardage that you had. Feel really lost if I don't have a laser now, which is quite scary really, because I've probably played 15 years without one. See again, this one's going a bit 231 with the 3 iron carry, which is quite big. Quite like that. And I've actually changed. I was hitting the 5 with too high, so put the forward in.
So look.
It's funny, it's a tour issue one. I actually got the head on eBay and then put this very, very expensive shaft. I won't let Crossfield know how much I paid for that shaft, because he'll start going on like he does. So I'm a little worried that it's going to go too close to my 3-wood. That yardage. It's not going too bad actually. Just wasn't like in the 5-wood in the wind, it was a slightly too spinny high flight. I think this is probably a good change. I've been hitting the 3-wood really low, so that one's been carrying out a bit further than it was going last year. So yeah, see, 245 yards instead of the 5-wood was going 240. So that's not too bad. Obviously, you don't want your clubs sort of overlapping. It's when they start overlapping is we start getting issues. But I'll just check this one, and then we will. I'm fairly happy though, they haven't changed a great deal. Two 260 carries. So again, that's far enough apart. So I'm quite happy about this. Get 260, good. Yeah, because I was thinking of getting like a SLDR Mini or something to make sure that the 4-wood and the 3-wood won't go in the same distances. But what I'm getting there, 3-wood's carrying about 260, which is nice. It means I can get it past Crossfield's driver, so that's always nice. But the 4-wood's at 245, so that's not the biggest of gaps, but I think I'll stick with that in the near future anyway. So there we go. Planning doesn't just happen. Doesn't just happen. I'll be pleased for my next event. Anyway, let's go home.